Good morning, everyone. Lori Marie here, mixed media artist in Costa Rica. We have some hummingbirds in the background, which is very, very fun. Oh, I have a surprise for you this morning. I have visited with an artist friend of mine and Mateo's. We're quite the threesome, actually. Mateo, Anadora. Anadora has created a book of, I'll say, collage backgrounds. It has so many uses. The book has so many uses, and it's available on Amazon. And I am not going to say much more because I am so excited to share this visit with you. My visit with Anadora this morning. So she will tell us all about it, and I have some images that I can share on this video. So please join Anadora and I on the table. Good morning, my friend Anadora.
Good morning, my friend Lori Marie.
How are you today? I'm so excited about our chat this morning because you have such valuable information to share with all of us. So I have a couple of questions, but I'm going to let you start with anything, how you want to introduce yourself, or you just gave me a brief little caption about your name. So you have the microphone, my friend.
Well, my name is Anadora Khan. I live in the USA in the Midwest. I've lived here since I was 15. I won't say how old I am now, but I have one son. I have four grandchildren, one set of twins and two boys. So that's about it. I worked in the library for 27 years. This will be my 27th year at the University of Iowa and Main Library. And I'm an artist, sort of. I think I am an artist. Can't compete with Lori Marie, but I am an artist, and I have
Okay.
a lot of degrees.
A lot of degrees. Very good. Well, we're going to try that again. And on the count of three, we're both going to say, I am an artist. So
All right.
one, two, three. I
I'm an
am an
artist.
artist. Woo! Yay! I love that. So when did you discover you were interested in art? And what was the first medium or form that you played in?
I think I wanted to be a forger. And I decided I I went to a school with nuns, and they basically tried to teach us how to draw flowers. And you had to make pretty flowers. So I couldn't do the flowers. Those they said, why don't you use your time better by doing something other productive than make flowers or learn to paint. So I went and sat outside in this little benches we had with plants and stuff. And I had an art book. It was a Van Gogh art book. It was my father's, I think. I brought it to school and I started doing the sower and the seed. So, sower of the seeds or something like that. One of Van Gogh's paintings. And so Sister Maliki came by and said, what are you doing, Andorra? Andorra is what I'm making a copy of a Van Gogh. She looked at it and she kind of just smiled and walked away. And then did maps. I copied maps. I love tracing paper for some reason, and I copied maps. And then one day I was going through my closet and I came across a poster of a Van Gogh and irises. And I said, I wonder who did this. And then I realized that I had done it.
Wow.
And it was a copy of a Van Gogh. And so I realized it was in one of those moods when I was going to be a famous forger or art forger. So that's how I learned. I actually I at that time in my life I used to read a lot, and this guy came on a bicycle with stories, little love story pamphlets, and I used to steal money from my father and get like 5 books for 5 rupees or 5 annas or something, not very much money. And there were Denise Robbins. Years later, I went looking for these books. So I wrote, I kept a journal, I did forgeries, or I thought I did. So that's about where I got started in all of this.
So you said you were how old when you came to the state?
I was 15.
And prior to that?
I lived in West Pakistan. It was West Pakistan now because Bangladesh was East, and there's no East Pakistan now. India owns Bangladesh, so it is now called Pakistan. So, or Pakistan, as the Americans call
That's right.
it.
And why the move to the state?
My dad was a college professor, and he discovered he was very excited because he thought they were going to start private schools, public schools in Pakistan. And it turned out that they were religious schools where they taught a version of the Quran that wasn't the Quran. So he just saw the militancy coming, and whoever was teaching these classes, and there were riots, and he would ride his bike to college and get caught, and he never liked all that. So he had studied at Columbia and NYU, and so he decided that he needed to get out of there. So he applied for jobs in the States and got one at Iowa Wesleyan in Mount Pleasant, Iowa, and we came and were immediately fingerprinted at the police station for the FBI. Talk about having immigration thing problems. But anyway, so
Wow.
that's how I arrived here, and I've been here ever since. I had moved back and forth, and my dad had gone to England and studied at King's College. He was a psychologist, and then he went to NYU. And I lived in Gambier, Ohio when he was doing ABD. He was all but dissertation. He taught there, and then Worcester for 1 year, and then Kenyon for 1 year. And just I don't know. I just felt like in my early life for 15 years, something was always moving. We were moving to our grandmother's, we were moving to our house where I was born, but it was just too much for me.
Mhm.
So when I came here, which was a bad age because I really didn't want to leave home, 15 is not a good, from my all-girls school thrown into with boys and all this, and it didn't work. It didn't sit well with me. So then I started again taking an art class at college. I could just sit in because of my dad on any class
Wow.
I wanted. So I started taking an art class, and I designed my logo, which is a logo I still use. And it's an A and a K with the K on the A. Um, and I started just taking art classes.
Wow. What a beginning. So you have taken on a challenge recently of creating a book of flowers. And I would like to know what prompted that in your world.
I've been, hell, actually, I was using something called Photor, and it wasn't giving me everything I wanted. And Matteo Spini from Milan, Italy, who is a friend of both of ours, and I interview and I asked Matteo was talking about Mid-Journey, and I said, "Oh, okay, I'll look at it because I had been using Photor and Photor had very limited." I said, "Is it American?" He said, "Yes, it is," because Photor is Chinese
Oh.
and AI. It's good. It's a lot of changes and stuff like that. But anyway, I went to Midjourney and I started playing around with it. And it was like having a design team where you were the head designer. That's what I discovered about it. So I started just making, I did some photographic, I made a book with images. I use envelopes a lot. So I with photographs that I had prompted it to make about a young girl. And so anyway, I played around with it. And then one day I wanted to use my own images. And so one day that I looked at it and it said, yes, you bring in your own images. So Piper, my dog, was dying, and I was like, she would come and snuggle with me on the couch, and so it was like I would pet her and stuff and play with Midjourney, and they came up with using your own images in the main prompt, which is Imagine. So I took on the main prompt with Imagine and brought in my own images for some Japanese images that I had that were public domain, and I interpreted them the way I wanted to, and I kept going. So while Piper was dying, I was making this book, which kept me distracted enough that I didn't. It wasn't awful, It wasn't like it wasn't. It was awful, but it kept me
Mhm.
busy. And so the book was an outcome of that.
It sounds like being with Piper and being with your art was kind of a distraction, yet you could be totally present with Piper
Exactly.
as she was exiting this world. So, what a gift. What a gift art was yet again.
Again, right.
Yet again. Yes, definitely. So, is the book available in paperback or an ebook, or where can people find it?
It's on Amazon. It's a soft cover paperback. It's called Scissor Stories and it's called Flowers. So, and then I just to give you an idea of what it looks like.
It's so beautiful.
It's a collage book. You can use it to make collages out of it and background images and but it's on Amazon. It's on Amazon and it's Kindle print on demand. So
Okay.
it's $20. It's print on demand and it can be found on Amazon UK,
Okay.
Amazon US.
Okay. All right. And I have the link to that, or I'll get another link to that from you. I think I still have the link, and I'll put that under this video. Um, so, and each page, I mean, it's printed on each page, so people can cut that, or they can print one out, or whatever they
The,
choose.
whatever they choose.
And this is totally usable art. I mean, there's no copyright on it or anything that says,
Well, I have
Anadora says this.
copyright on it, but I didn't put any copyright page or anything like that. It was the first time I'd done the printing thing with print on design, but they are not. I don't really care. It's a collage book that they're meant to use however they want to.
Yeah, it's such a gift to be able to have a book with those backgrounds. the one that you showed that's kind of like a flower, and the images on the inside. That's screaming for collage to be joining that on a page just like that. So, and then some of your pages are in sections, so people can cut that and use slices of a page, right? See there? Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. What a gift. What a gift to collage artists, to bookmakers, to scrapbookers, to junk journals. I mean, any artist that uses paper can utilize this book.
Thank you, Lauren Marie. Yes, that's what it's made for. It's made to be used however you want, in whatever way you want to use it.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. And from beginning to end, how long would you say it took you to create this book? From
I think about the whole month that Piper was dying, and
uh-huh.
I just kept interpreting it and making it and cleaning it up, and it's 128 pages or 123 pages back to back. And it was a lot of pages and a lot of images. So I felt very generous with it.
Did you scan them?
I know they were PDFs. And then I made they were just JPEGs that
Okay, okay.
I made into PDF, and then that's how I made the book
Wow.
online.
Kudos to you.
Well, for years I worked in a computer lab, so it's like all my work is digital. Most of my work is digital, so I've been doing it for a long time. I've been playing with Photoshop. Photoshop also has an AI. I might use theirs, I don't know, but I would have to pay extra for it. And
Hmm.
I'm not
Hmm.
in a good mood at Creative Suite for doing that. They have Photoshop and a bunch of stuff, and I use Premiere to video edit and things like that. In my Creative Suite, but and I did a video of a college professor, emeritus, that I was a TA for, and his journals, and I use stills from his. So I use Premiere a lot, and I use Photoshop a lot. So it was just so it's not like my solo show in New York. I used all digital art. And as a matter of fact, if you want to see my work, it's at annadora-arts.com.
Okay,
Very
good.
simple.
Very good.
Annadora-art, ANNADORA-arts.com. And you'll see under my digital work that I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this since at least 2003. So it isn't exactly a new thing.
So you are bringing your computer talent in a creative way and blending collage work with images of your own and technology. So we, the consumer, the artist on the other side, we don't have to do it. You have done it for us.
I Well, it's something you can use, I think,
Yes,
that you can find
absolutely.
useful. It's meant to use.
And it's inspirational as well. You look at some of these images that are in your book, and it's a launching off area. I look at these images and it's like, oh my gosh, now I can incorporate blah 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 blah. So it's a jumping off spot.
Well, I was thinking, I buy from Amazon cloth paper, with printing paper. Like it's cloth is like canvas
Mm-hmm.
paper,
Mm-hmm.
and you can actually print it out if you do fabrics and things like that. You can actually print it out on canvas paper or paper that's fabric and that's like printer paper and use it in fabrics. And I know you do fabrics. The other way is if you have a spray adhesive, you can attach a piece of muslin or some kind of thin paper, a thin cloth to the paper, temporary adhesive, and pull it off once it's printed. So
And
there
that
are
opens
ways
up
of
a
using it.
Yeah, that opens up a whole new avenue when you think about
Right.
in my world right now with the slow stitching and things like that. So I'm going to go back to the first image that you showed, and it was like a flower or a tree that had a couple of different images in there. And it's just like that is ready to put on fabric and do slow stitching around it. It's an immediate art piece.
Sure, however you want to use it. I'm just coming up with there, you can use it in slow stitching too.
Yeah, you can use it in so many different ways. So, okay, I want to keep this to about 20 minutes, and I think that we are arriving at that. But any final thoughts that you would like to share with me and our audience? Because we're going to blow this out to as many people as we can so that they can enjoy this opportunity that I think is so generous and precious of you. So, any
Well, I
thoughts?
think this is so generous and precious of you, so I really appreciate it. Please go to my YouTube channel and watch my videos with Lori Marie, which are my favorites, and and Mateo,
And
and
Mateo.
and books and paper arts and dragonfly 49 dragonflies and whomever I can drag on the screen. I like to talk to people, so that has to do with one of my other degrees. So I was in journalism and community mass comm. So
Oh, wow.
I I really like to talk to people and I really like to interview them. So I'm hoping that I'll get some more input from people um, uh, whom I don't know and who are not part of my audience, but in fact, Lori Marie's audience.
Okay, that sounds great. Well, I'll put some links under this video so that people can, and I will touch base with you via email to make sure that I've got names correct, and then I will put some links underneath this. And I am going to go ahead and order a book and have it sent to the States. I will be in the States in July and August for a couple of weeks because we have a new grandbaby coming. So I will order a book and have it sent to my son's house, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. So,
Oh, thank you, Lori Marie. I really, really appreciate this. And I know I'm part of your village, the obnoxious part of your village. Every once in a while, I show up and make a comment or drop something naughty on as a link.
well, we've
But
gotten a little flavor of Anadora here today.
yes, what can you say?
What can
Thank
I
you
say?
so much.
All right, my precious friend, thank you so much for the visit today. And I'm going to stop the recording at this point. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your
Bye.
time.
Sure.
All right, hang on. Let me see if I can. Aha. Okay, we have stopped recording. Yay!
All right. Well, I thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So I will just cut out the little beginning and the little end of that, and I'll do an intro, and I will get this up within the next few days.
That sounds great. I'll put my links, if I see it, then I'll put my links on the bottom.
Okay, so even if you could send me an email with a link to your .com, a link to how they can buy the book, any other links that you want to toss out there, email those to me and I can copy and paste them to the video.
Okay, I will. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. My pleasure. I hope this book goes worldwide because it deserves it.
Well, I don't think anybody even sees it, but that's all right.
They
As
will.
with
They
most of
will.
my, it's always in the right places, just nobody knows about it.
We're gonna inform them.
All right. Well, thank
All
you
right.
very much,
Okay,
Maria.
good.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.